When you walk into a courtroom, there's this expectation of quiet dignity, like the judge in the robe, the scales of justice. It's all very polite, very civilized.
Right, right. There's a formal process, a polite veneer over the pursuit of truth.
Exactly. But what happens when you realize the judge is actually the one committing the crimes? I mean, that polite veneer just totally cracks. You don't want a quiet objection anymore. You want to flip the table.
Oh, absolutely.
So, welcome to your custom deep dive. Today, our mission is to explore how ancient people processed that kind of systemic, inescapable injustice. We're getting our insights from a really fascinating, intense piece of literature. It's Psalm 58, specifically looking at the English Standard Version Bible, the 2025 text edition by Crossway.
Yeah, and if you're expecting a gentle, comforting poem here, you really need to brace yourself.
Oh, for sure. It's not gentle at all.
No, it's a visceral, highly aggressive text. It's actually labeled a Michtam of David,
Hmm.
and it includes these ancient, mysterious musical cues directed to the choir master, like according to Do Not Destroy.
Which just sounds so ominous right out of the gate.
It really does. It sets this dark, urgent tone,
Mm.
It wrestles with corrupt leadership and the raw human craving for divine vengeance.
And the text just doesn't hold back at all. To understand the sheer anger in this text, we first need to look at exactly who is being targeted. It points a finger straight at these figures it calls, quote, you gods, and basically asks, do you actually decree what is right and judge uprightly?
And the answer there is a hard no.
Right. The text says they devise wrongs in their hearts and deal out violence on the earth. It's like looking at untouchable, corrupt modern leaders or judges.
Yeah, exactly.
The ones who hide behind their official titles, wearing the robes, banging the gavel, all while actively causing harm behind closed doors. Though I was looking at footnote B in the text, and there's a really fascinating translation tension there.
Oh, yeah, because the original Hebrew is pretty uncertain, right?
Yeah, exactly. So instead of gods, it could actually be translated as mighty lords or even in silence, which clearly shifts how you read it, right? Like, are they divine beings, powerful humans, or just silently complicit?
That's a great point. But whether they're supposed to be gods or just powerful lords, the author believes their corruption isn't just, a bad habit or a temporary lapse in judgment.
What do you mean?
Well, it's treated almost like a birth defect. The text says the wicked are estranged from the womb, and that they go astray and speak lies from birth.
Estranged from the womb. Wow, that is intense. And that leads right into this wild serpent metaphor. Because they're so deeply corrupt, they're compared to a snake with venom, but specifically a deaf adder.
Yeah, a deaf adder that stops its ear to ignore the voices of charmers or cunning enchanters.
I mean, I have to ask, why specifically a deaf snake? What's the significance of it stopping its ears?
Well, that's the core of the threat. The real danger of these leaders isn't just their venom, their capacity to inflict harm. It's their willful ignorance.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they actively block out any attempts at correction. You just can't reason with them or charm them into doing the right thing. They've consciously shut down all avenues for change.
That's so frustrating. I mean, you've probably dealt with someone like that in your own life, right? Someone who actively blocks out facts because they just don't want to change their mind. Now, imagine that person runs the justice system.
Right, and because of that total refusal to listen to reason, the author turns to God. And the tone shifts. We get these incredibly graphic, violently imaginative pleas for their destruction.
Yeah, the jump in tone is jarring, going from complaining about deaf snakes to suddenly asking God to shatter their teeth in their mouths.
And tearing out the fangs of young lions.
Yeah, it's wild imagery. Asking that they vanish like running water or that their arrows be blunted. It gets even stranger asking that they become like a snail dissolving into slime.
Or a stillborn child.
Right, or being swept away faster than pots feel the heat of burning thorns. Though I did notice footnote C points out the Hebrew meaning there is pretty uncertain, but then it all culminates in this completely brutal image.
Oh, the bathing in blood.
Yes, the righteous rejoicing and literally bathing his feet in the blood of the wicked, so mankind will finally say there's a God who judges the earth. I mean, I have to push back on this, though.
Up for it.
Doesn't fighting violence with such extreme, gruesome wishes completely undercut the author's claim of being righteous? Like, does this bloodlust make the so-called righteous just as brutal as the wicked they're condemning?
Well, it's a totally valid reaction. It brings us face to face with human desperation. When the deaf adder refuses to listen and the justice system is broken, The desire for a moral balancing of the scales often just manifests as a desire for total visceral destruction of the oppressor.
So it's not trying to be polite or noble.
Exactly. The text isn't sanitizing this reaction. It's putting the messy, uncomfortable reality of oppression on full display.
Got it. So to wrap up the journey for you today, this ancient text really captures the most raw, uncensored human frustrations with injustice.
Yeah, it's a desperate cry for a moral balancing of the scales.
But it leaves you with a final, really provocative thought to mull over. The text insists the wicked are estranged from the womb, right? That they're born speaking lies.
Right, innate wickedness.
Yeah. So if their wickedness is an innate, inescapable trait from birth, how does that actually fit into a system of fair judgment? Like, can true justice even exist if the guilty never really had a choice in who they became?